play 1 and 5
1 and 5.
on the wedding and ceremonial.
Right. With all repeats, right?
Yes, and then
It's
we
21,
play
18, okay.
and then we play the Stanley trumpet tune. We probably won't get through the trumpet tune.
And if we do, we just go back to the,
No, 18.
the very
We
start
do. We
again.
go back to the other.
Go back
So we
to
play trumpet tune the whole
number
thing,
1.
and if we need to, we go back to wedding and ceremony.
That's correct.
And just repeat exactly what we did.
Yeah, we have to play it 10 times. But
You usually start.
but we won't.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
All right.
I mean, they're virtually the same thing.
Yeah, I think I do.
Because I played the last time with this.
All repeats. And post-loose hornpipe.
Postlude is hornpipe. And I'm not
You
sure.
played this the last time.
They haven't said anything about
Trumpet,
the.
number 5, and then you go straight
Well,
into
national anthem.
They haven't said anything about that.
Well, sure it'll have
Yeah,
to be.
but then I'm looking at. Yeah.
I don't think we played it.
But then, so you'll flip it up.
We played it last time we did the wedding. I think.
Sure. We'll go straight into it first.
I thought they had something to
Is that
sing.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See what I'm saying?
I played there. I
remember.
played this.
Yeah.
I think.
You're the.
What's the other word we played?
I think it's
Hornpipe?
Yeah, number 10.
It doesn't say, but let's have it ready.
okay.
Which one?
The national anthem.
The which?
National anthem.
Number 14.
Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, okay. Are we? We'll probably be later, right?
Yeah. I would assume we would.
I don't know. They haven't said anything.
Okay.
We're not on the program but for that. We'll see. Just have it ready.
I'm sure we talked to it. Let's go do it.
I start that one. That's just me?
On what?
Star Spangled Banner.
It's in
No.
C.
We all do. I'll just do it one.
Don't even take the D5 part.
We all started.
We'll do. Oh, we all do. Okay. He does.
Yes. It's weird, but Monty should change the number. Okay, it's fine. But I know it's
I
still
made a
great.
special book for it.
Thank you.
Did a bunch of work.
I know. I was looking for 8. It's like,
Surprise, surprise.
Who's the master?
Nice.
Do you know who the master of ceremonies is?
We do need to know if we're doing that.
Yeah.
probably some doctor guy.
No, it's usually some administrator. Some lady administrator.
We could have.
Okay, let's play. And then we'll ask.
Yeah. Fine.
Nachos? Oh, gato nachos.
Yeah, just the music. Dangerous. I like that.
Let's hold up. We're going to start the processional here is the next thing. He's going to play a couple announcements and then cue me and then we'll go right into the procession.
Attention guests, please take a moment to silence your mobile devices. As a safety precaution in the unlikely event of an emergency, please locate your nearest exit. Our program will begin momentarily. Thank you and enjoy.
Good afternoon. Please stand, if able, for the presentation of the colors by the University of Nevada, Reno, ROTC, and the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. My name is Tim Baker. I'm Vice Dean of the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine and Vice President for Education at Renown Health. We'd like to begin this ceremony with the University Land Acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the University of Nevada, Reno is situated on the traditional homelands of the Nama, Northern Paiute, Washoe, Washoe, Nuwa, Western Shoshone, and Nawa, Southern Paiute peoples. These lands continue to be a gathering place for indigenous peoples, and we recognize their deep connections to these places. We extend our appreciation for the opportunity to live and learn on their territory. I'm honored to welcome all of our distinguished guests, faculty, staff, alumni, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026 to this very special event, the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine, Doctor of Medicine Commencement Ceremony. Gathered here today are many people who have shared in the success of these graduates, and it is a great gift that you are with us in person or virtually on this special day. This is a celebration not only of their achievements, but also of the love, encouragement, and support that helped make this day possible. And now to recognize some special guests with us today. Joining us on stage, and please stand or acknowledge yourself when called, with the Nevada System of Higher Education, Regent Carol Del Carlo. University of Nevada, Reno President, Brian Sandoval. University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine Dean and Renown Health Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Paul Hauptman. Our keynote speaker, Dr. John Spertus. Senior Associate Dean of Institutional and Faculty Affairs, Dr. Alicia Diaz-Thomas. Senior Associate Dean of Undergraduate Academic Affairs, Dr. Netta Edizadi Amoli. Associate Dean for Curricular Affairs, Dr. David Howard. Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Associate Dean for Institutional Wellness, Dr. Lauren Schwartz. Professor of Physiology and Cell Biology, Dr. Carl Sievert. Associate Professor of Medicine, Dr. Lisa Calvo. Associate Professor of Physiology and Cell Biology, Dr. Jillian Moritz. Retired Colonel John Westhoff, Associate Professor of Medicine and Assistant Dean of Student Research. President of the University of Nevada, Reno Alumni Chapter, Dr. Peter Costa. And President of the Class of 2026, Chloe Henderson. Seated in the audience today, please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer of Renown Health, Dr. Brian Erling. And we'd also like to extend a very special welcome to 9 alumni from the UNR Med class of 1976 who are celebrating their 50th reunion this year. In honor of their golden reunion, these alumni are wearing commemorative gold regalia, and we invite the class of 1976 to please stand if able and recognize and receive a warm welcome from the audience. We're proud to have so many members of the UNR Med community, past and present, joining us today. We value our strong affiliation with Renown Health as we strive for a healthy Nevada together. We would also like to thank our partners from the Sierra Nevada VA Healthcare, Northern Nevada Hopes, Community Health Alliance, and all of our community physicians. These partners play a critical role in the education and success of our learners. And finally, a special welcome to our dedicated UNR Med faculty and staff. We thank you all for being here today, for sharing in this special celebration. Please join me in one more round of applause for everyone gathered here today. And now it's my great pleasure to invite President of the University of Nevada, Reno, Brian Sandoval, to the podium.
Good afternoon, everybody. I consulted with the dean before I am going to attempt to do this. Obviously, today is a solemn day, but it is also a celebratory day. And we have a tradition on the quad, as you probably understand and realize. We have commencement for the rest of campus on the quad beginning tomorrow morning. But we have a tradition, and it's a new tradition that we started, that one half of the audience says wolf and one half of the audience says pack. So help me out here, and we're going to have the students and everyone on this side say wolf and the other side say pack. So we ready? 1, 2, 3. Give yourselves a hand. That was great. So Dean Hauptman, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, students, friends, and family of UNR Med, and most of all, to the graduating class of 2026, I'm deeply honored to be with you today and to welcome all of you to this very, very special ceremony. Today we gather to celebrate you, the Doctor of Medicine graduates of the class of 2026. And in the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, writing to Walt Whitman, I greet you at the beginning of a great career. Each of you has traveled a long, challenging, and transformative road to reach this moment. It required discipline, sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to service patients, families, and communities across Nevada and beyond. When we look at our history, we see how our School of Medicine and Nevada's original land-grant university have grown and expanded their impact. But what has never changed, and what matters most, is not the number of graduates, but the people standing before us today. Each of you arrived here with a story, a journey defined by hard work, resilience, and determination. It's what the faculty and staff of our extraordinary School of Medicine have seen in you from the very beginning. And it's why the Wolfpack is so proud of you today. From your first white coat ceremony to today, it's one of those, the days are long and the years are short, probably. Dean Hauptman and the entire School of Medicine have recognized not only your abilities, but your character and your readiness to lead. They saw future physicians, healers, and leaders who will strengthen the health and well-being of our communities and beyond. They saw your drive, your sense of urgency, and your deep desire to improve the lives of others. Today, it is clear that each of you understands the responsibility that you are accepting. Being a physician is not simply a profession. It is a calling, rooted in compassionate service, integrity, and excellence. Dr. Fred Anderson, the longtime Nevada physician known as the father of the University of Nevada School of Medicine, once described what makes a great doctor in simple terms. Quote, "Never put off until tomorrow what you can do today." Class of 2026, in medicine, tomorrow is not always an option. And you have learned that the moments that matter most require your best work today. Carry that mindset with you as you care for patients, collaborate with your teams, and lead in an ever-changing healthcare environment. Because your knowledge and your presence are what help people face uncertainty with trust. And when you show up that way, ready to act, ready to listen, ready to serve, your skill, humility, and service will set you apart. But medicine is not a solo endeavor. It's a team sport. Yes, there will be moments when the decision rests with you. But the best outcomes will come when you draw on the strength of your entire care team, nurses, pharmacists, therapists, fellow physicians, and lead with respect and trust. Know when to take the lead and when to lean on the expertise of others, because great medicine is built on shared responsibility. That's how the Wolfpack works, a defining principle. You are never in this alone, and your team always, always has your back. So now, it's time to go forth and do the life-saving work we know you are all ready to do each and every day. And on behalf of the entire University of Nevada, congratulations on this remarkable achievement and this defining moment in your lives. Congratulations, and go Pack. Thank you.
Thank you, President Sandoval. Now I would like to invite the Dean of the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine and Chief Academic Officer of Renown Health, Dr. Paul Hauptman, to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Baker, and hello to the class of 2026. Everyone with me on this stage and our esteemed faculty in the audience are thrilled to share this momentous occasion with you. In about half an hour from now, a transformation takes place. When President Sandoval will make it official, you will have the letters MD appended to your names. You will join a profession that has garnered respect for decades, even centuries. At UNR Med, you will be our 47th class graduating with a 4-year degree. After today, you will be representing the medical discipline, which, unfortunately, has seen a decline in public trust. Some of this has to do with public health decisions made during the COVID crisis. Some of it is related to a system that no longer believes that patients come first. Vaccine hesitancy, in particular, did not occur in a vacuum, and neither did the rising costs of even the most basic health care. For-profit medicine has taken a toll on all of us, on our families and loved ones and our belief in the U.S. healthcare system. The patient and the physician have less autonomy than ever before. Whether it is a purposefully obstructionist prior authorization system or astronomical copays for life-saving medications, navigating healthcare today is complicated, it's clunky, maddeningly frustrating, and rife with inequities. Now, this doesn't sound like a very hopeful, optimistic start to a commencement speech, does it? But it can be. Your job, your responsibility is also our job and our responsibility, and that is to help bring about change. When many of you applied to UNR Med, you told us that you wanted to give back to your communities. Our vision of a healthy Nevada informs us, and hopefully will inform you on a daily basis. You can and you will make a difference in the lives of patients. It may mean that you will have to go the extra mile to help your patient find the resources to pay for their medications. It may mean that you will have to become more politically engaged. It may mean that you will join forces and push back against obscene salaries paid to CEOs of for-profit hospital companies that fail to reinvest fully in their local communities. A bottom line that allows shareholders to win and patients to lose is not a formula for a fundamentally sound healthcare system. But despite all the challenges, having watched you transform from a first-year medical student to the doctors you are about to become, I have confidence in you, and I have confidence in American medicine. We will continue to do great things together. Recent advances in cancer care, cardiovascular disease, and genetic and rare diseases have been remarkable. COVID is no longer a serious threat. HIV is no longer a death sentence. Breast cancer survival has increased significantly. Lymphoma and leukemia can be cured. Hip replacement surgery is now same-day surgery. Sorry, Dr. Sievert, I can't say the same about knee surgery. In our very own Department of Pharmacology, Dr. Dean Birkin and Dr. Peter Jones are moving forward with novel therapeutics to treat various forms of muscular dystrophy. Dr. Robert Harvey and his team are working to better understand the genesis of cardiac arrhythmias. Professor David Aucoin and the faculty in microbiology and immunology are having a global health impact through the development of infectious disease diagnostics. It's an exciting time to be part of medicine and to be part of the accelerating progress in our understanding of disease and in the development of novel therapeutics that improve survival and quality of life. And yes, you do have the ability to restore the public trust when you truly act as a physician with ethics, professionalism, and integrity, and with a continued hunger for learning. Keep in mind that while we have seen remarkable advancements in artificial intelligence, AI cannot replace your voice, it cannot replace your laying on of hands, it cannot replace your personal connection with patients, or your empathy, your advocacy, or your touch, and it must not dilute your sense of purpose. No algorithm works 100% of the time. Your eyes and ears and cognitive prowess still matter. And I encourage you to be present. Be present when your neighbor calls with a medical question, or your neighbor's second cousin's sister-in-law's second cousin's neighbor calls with a question. You have the secret knowledge, and you can make a difference in many lives. Embrace it. Do not be put out by it. Despite everything, you are going to play a pivotal role in the lives of patients. Ultimately, it is an honor to be a physician and to gain access into the most private challenges that patients face. Always keep in mind that even the most minor of surgeries and procedures are not minor in the eyes of a patient. As the late, great basketball player Bill Walton said, after undergoing multiple orthopedic surgeries, a minor procedure is something that happens to someone else. Even a simple diagnostic test like an MRI, can have grave implications for your patient. Recognize the anxiety and recognize that you have to communicate both good news and bad in simple, understandable language without complicated medical terms that you have now spent 4 years incorporating into your vocabulary. Your vocabulary is not your patient's vocabulary. My final words of advice: work hard on behalf of your patients, stay positive, show up early, and be leaders. It may all seem daunting to you at this time, but as physicians, and yes, even as interns, you can do this. We can make the healthcare system work better for our patients and, frankly, for our families and friends, too. Before moving on to introduce our commencement speaker, I want to take a moment to recognize UNR Med's faculty and hardworking staff. Their dedication to you culminates in days like today. As Dean, I'm personally indebted to them, and you should be too. Let me first ask our faculty to stand, if able, as we acknowledge their commitment to excellence in medical education. Thank you for taking the time to teach our students from A to Z, from alanine to Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, from acid-base balance to Zika virus. Dr. Baker, are you impressed by the dean's use of an overused idiom? I also want to recognize our incredible staff, not only for their efforts today, but every day as they make UNR Med the best it can be. If you are a staff member in UNR administration, please stand if able to be recognized. And now let me tell you something about today's commencement speaker, a person for whom I have the highest respect. This is truly an easy segue for me. John Spertus is a cardiologist and the Lauer Missouri Endowed Chair and Professor of Medicine at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. He serves as the Director of Outcomes Research at St. Luke's Mid-America Heart Institute. A graduate of the University of California, San Francisco Medical School, Dr. Spertus completed his internal medicine, cardiology fellowship, and health services training at the University of Washington. Dr. Spertus has devoted his career to improving the quality, equity, and patient-centeredness of care. His research focuses on methods for assessing patients' health outcomes, measuring healthcare quality, and using information technology to guide medical decision-making based on risk prediction models to support safer, more effective, evidence-based, and patient-centered treatment. He developed the Seattle Angina Questionnaire and the Kansas City Cardiomyopathy Questionnaire, which have become international standards for measuring patient symptoms, function, and quality of life in coronary disease and heart failure, respectively. The Kansas City Cardiomyopathy Questionnaire is the only patient-reported outcome measure qualified as a clinical outcome by the Food and Drug Administration, which was a huge breakthrough at the agency. Imagine that previously, quality of life measurement was an afterthought at the FDA, when it clearly should be front and center. Why are these developments so important? Measurement of symptoms, function, and quality of life in patients with cardiovascular disease provide the opportunity to use metrics as standalone outcomes in clinical trials, in tools for patient management, methods for quality improvement, and tools for allowing patients to directly participate in their medical decision-making. When broadly applied across other chronic conditions, these concepts truly represent a paradigm shift in care that has the potential to significantly improve real value to patients and society. His work has been recognized by the American College of Cardiology, the American Heart Association, the American Medical Association, the National Quality Forum, and Medicare. He's received multiple awards and was named as Distinguished Scientist by the American Heart Association in 2018. He's also published over 1,500 peer-reviewed articles and has 9 patents. John, I think I might be on 2 of those papers, but those are likely the ones that are least cited. But as if that weren't enough, he's just an all-around humble, kind-hearted, and down-to-earth person. And one little-known fact, Dr. Spertus owns a goat farm with his wife, a farm that is known for cheese. It may or may not be particularly healthy, but I have tasted the cheese, and I can personally attest to the fact that it does improve quality of life, even if it has a detrimental effect on my cholesterol. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming our 2026 UNR Med commencement speaker, Dr. John Spertus.
Well, what a privilege to be here. And to the class of 2026, congratulations. You are entering medicine at a remarkable time. And even as Dean Hauptman suggested, it might be a bit unsettling at the moment, it is a remarkable privilege and opportunity to cross the stage today. In medicine, we can sequence genomes. We can replace heart valves through catheters. We can use artificial intelligence to assist diagnosis and measure nearly every aspect of human physiology. We can quantify disease with extraordinary precision and monitor progression with endless metrics. And despite all of its sophistication, medicine comes down to a deceptively simple issue. Can and did we help a patient suffer less and live better? Today is a moment to celebrate all that you have invested to enter one of the world's most noble professions. Look around you. Your family, friends, mentors, and loved ones helped carry you to this moment. This ceremony represents years of sacrifice, discipline, uncertainty, and resilience. You and everyone who helped you get here should feel incredibly proud. When my wife, whom I met in medical school and married during third year, and I attended our matriculation to medical school, the dean told us that we would be entering a submarine and would go underwater for 4 years. And when we resurfaced, we would speak a new language. We would see the world differently and have the privilege of helping people and communities in ways that few others can. You know exactly what I mean. But while the privileges and responsibilities of medicine remain timeless, the system that you are entering is rapidly changing. Healthcare is becoming increasingly corporatized. Productivity, efficiency, and financial performance are constantly measured. The pressure to generate RVUs, improve throughput, and satisfy administrative metrics never stop accumulating. And while those things matter, they are not the heart of medicine. Medicine is not fundamentally about numbers, it is about people. The quality of your career will not ultimately be determined by productivity dashboards, publications, procedural volumes, or performance metrics. It will be determined how you treat people at moments of fear, pain, and vulnerability, how you make patients and families feel, whether your colleagues trust you, whether your community is better because you have served it. You are entering an extraordinarily complex healthcare system. Do not let that intimidate you or make you feel powerless within it. Instead, I hope you will consistently challenge yourselves to improve that system so that future patients experience more dignity, better care, and greater outcomes than those who came before them. There are 3 things that I hope to leave you with today. First, never lose sight of the person inside the patient. Second, when you see broken systems, do not normalize them. Try to fix them. And third, if you believe something will genuinely improve patients' lives, do not shy from implementing your vision. Persist longer in bringing that to reality than the resistance you will face. Let me share with you what happened to me when I was at the very stage of life that you are today. It was May of 1989. Boy, that was a long time ago. It was May of 1989 at the end of medical school, and our graduating class all was brought back from the wards for a final series of lectures about the future of medicine. Luminaries in each field of medicine would discuss the future of their specialty. One of the cardiology professors discussed a major clinical trial that had just been published in the New England Journal of Medicine. And what it had done is it had randomized patients who were treated, that had a heart attack and were treated with a medicine to dissolve the blood clot in their coronary artery. And then half of them went to get angioplasty, which is putting a balloon in the artery to open up the blocked and narrowed artery, and half were not. And the trial showed absolutely no difference in outcomes. And so the professor then confidently stated that given these data, angioplasty procedures, which we've been doing so many of recently, are going to stop being done. At the time, I accepted this. Why wouldn't I? It was evidence-based medicine. Now, fast forward 3 weeks from now, and for me, I was doing my first rotation at the University of Washington at a community hospital called Providence. And I was assigned to the night float, which meant that I started my shift at 7 p.m. and I stayed taking care of patients till 7 a.m. the next day. You are soon to experience this transition from student to doctor. And let me tell you, it is really scary when nurses actually do what your orders write in the medical chart. It was my second or third night, and this 52-year-old woman came in with a heart attack. And although nervous, I called the on-call cardiologist and recommended streptokinase, this blood thinner to dissolve the blood clot. And when I gave it, it was absolutely amazing what happened. Her chest pain rapidly went away, the EKG abnormality quickly normalized, and I had clearly saved this woman's life. Nevertheless, after returning the next night to check on her, to my amazement, they had taken her to the cath lab for an angiogram and wrote in the chart that they were going to do angioplasty the next day. I was dumbfounded. I mean, this is exactly what the cardiologist at the end of medical said should not happen anymore. So I went to the library to find the TB2B article, and I then Xeroxed it because, believe it or not, there was no internet, there was no up-to-date, there wasn't even anything such as a PDF at the time. And I stalked the patient's room until the cardiologist came by around. And so I approached him and I said, Dr. Sipman, my name is John Spurtis, and I took care of Mrs. Jones when she was admitted, and I noticed that you did an angiogram yesterday and that you were planning to do angioplasty. Have you seen the TB2B article? So, as you can imagine, he looks at me, he takes off his glasses, and he says, yes, John, I know the TB2B article, but they looked at the wrong outcomes. I know that my patients feel better with an open artery. I mean, at that moment, something fundamentally changed for me. I mean, he was absolutely right. The trial has measured all kinds of physiologic outcomes, but never actually assessed whether patients felt better, whether they functioned better, and whether or not their quality of life was better. That moment shaped the rest of my career. It taught me that medicine must always begin with the patient's experience, not simply our measurement of disease. And it taught me something equally important. When you recognize a gap in care or knowledge, you can address it. That insight eventually led me into outcomes research and to develop tools that measured patients' symptoms, function, and quality of life. And let me tell you, at the time that I was doing this, this was not considered important work. In fact, one of my attending physicians pulled me aside and told me to stop doing this soft, fluffy research and start doing something more scientific. While this did not initially deter me, after completing the work, establishing the tools, psychometric properties, I submitted it to one of our national meetings, the American Heart Association. And although it was accepted, it was considered of such importance that it was relegated to a poster session on the last afternoon of the last day of the conference when virtually nobody is there. It's like the academic equivalent of exile. I was only, in fact, able to present it to the other poster presenters near me at the same session. You know, I tried to publish it. It got repeatedly rejected. But it leads to my second key thing. If you truly believe that an idea can improve patients' lives, that it can make a difference, you cannot let early resistance define its value. You will all have experiences like mine. You will see inefficient systems that everyone else has accepted. You will encounter practices that make little sense. Your ideas will be too quickly dismissed by others. You will face criticism, skepticism, and failure. Do not let that stop you. Welcome criticism. Refine your thinking. Collaborate with people who disagree with you. Let challenges strengthen your ideas rather than weaken your resolve. Persistence matters in medicine. Because I believe so strongly in the importance of research focusing on patients, I've spent 35 years further developing the questionnaire for coronary artery disease and developing one for heart failure. And that original measure for coronary artery disease that I started in 1991 has been translated into over 70 languages, used in thousands of research studies, and is increasingly being adopted into clinical practice. The one I created for heart failure is in over 130 languages. It's used by the FDA to approve new drugs and devices, and it has recently been required by Medicare to be used in every clinic visit as part of a mandatory pilot project because they believe that quantifying and focusing on patients' experiences of their heart failure is the foundation for providing high-quality, patient-centered care. My mother once asked me what my research was all about, and I told her, "Mom, I'm trying to understand which treatments improve patients' symptoms, their function, their quality of life, and which patients benefit more from one treatment versus another." And she says, "Well, isn't that what researchers have always done?" And sadly, I told her, "No, they haven't." My success was not a result of my ideas being brilliant or immediately embraced. Rather, my success came from the simple fact that improving patient-centered care is worth pursuing, even if change is painfully slow. Many of you are entering specialties like emergency medicine, where you will meet people at their worst moments of their lives. You will often be exhausted, overextended, and pressured by operational demands, staffing shortages, and throughput metrics. But I suspect you will never find deep meaning in simply moving the triage board faster. You will find meaning in human connection, in taking an extra moment to listen, in seeing the frightened person behind the diagnosis, in showing compassion when people are most vulnerable. Your patients may never remember your differential diagnosis, but they will remember whether you made them feel, be seen, heard, and cared for. Technology will change, healthcare systems will change, business models will change, but the privilege of helping another human being suffer less, that remains sacred. Today is both a celebration and a transition. You will continue to absorb extraordinary amounts of knowledge over the coming years. but you will also encounter opportunities, perhaps every single day, to improve medicine itself. Seize those opportunities. Lead when leadership is needed. Challenge systems that fail patients. Protect your humanity. And persist long enough to make things better. In a system increasingly designed to process people, never forget that your calling is to care for them. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Spertus. Our next speaker is president of the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine Alumni Chapter and a graduate of the class of 1988. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Peter Costa to the podium.
As a proud alumnus from the University of Nevada, Reno, and the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine, and on behalf of all School of Medicine alumni, may I welcome you to this beautiful campus to celebrate the day that each of these aspiring physicians have envisioned for a very long time. In November 1983, Lawler Event Center opened its doors with a Nevada men's basketball game. I was here as a senior undergraduate student, wearing a dark purple polo shirt with black slacks and black shoes. I was standing inside one of the numbered portals working as an usher. Since then, I have either worked or attended men's and women's basketball games, hundreds, concerts, many, monster truck madness, one was enough, and my own daughter's graduation from this university, yes. 43 years later, I can finally tell you where the best seat in the house is. It is on this stage, looking at all these smiling, proud faces, particularly over in that corner. When I interview applicants to the medical school, I'm frequently asked, as an alumnus, what makes you most proud of the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine? That's when I pause with a quizzical look, and I ask myself, how do so many applicants ask the same question? But it's a great question and one I'm always happy to answer, because the answer is what I call the human-forward focus of the medical school. From the faculty and staff to the students to our patients, it's about being present, listening, seeing, respecting, understanding the person seated or lying in front of you. For our patients, it is this that is so important in earning their trust and managing their care. This approach is part of the DNA of the medical school. It was important when I went to school here in the 1980s, and it remains an important part of the curriculum starting very early in the first year. I see the students' human-forward, patient-first approach as a proctor in the practice of medicine, history, and physical skills examinations. In the fourth-year students who rotated through my office, and in the alumni physicians practicing in the community. It was an essential part of my practice as a physical medicine and rehabilitation specialist. Doctors, as you continue your journey through medicine, you will realize that this is your superpower, a superpower that will serve you and your patients well. So let's look forward to July 1, when you're on rounds meeting your patients for the very first time. Do not be intimidated by the interns and residents from larger medical schools with well-known names. Just remember that going to medical school is like putting your scrubs on. Everybody did it the same way. What will set you apart is your human-forward, patient-first superpower. Your patients will benefit from it, the hospital staff will love it, and your fellow physicians will respect it. A superpower you will be proud to have learned from the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine, our alma mater. Go Pack. So now I'd like to introduce one more time a few other proud UNR Med alumni with superpowers. the Golden alumni from class of 1976. Will you please stand one more time to be recognized? And please stay standing. Please stay standing. And now, will any and all UNR Med alumni please stand and join the Golden alumni and remain standing? My fellow alumni of the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine, will you please join me in congratulating the class of 2026 and welcoming these new doctors to the practice of medicine.
Thank you, Dr. Costa. Next, I'd like to introduce our very soon-to-be Dr. Chloe Henderson, president of the class. No, you should come up here, because I'm going to talk about you, and so you should stand right there while I talk about you, because that's fun. Throughout her time at UNR Med, Chloe has demonstrated exceptional commitment to leadership, service, and teaching. Her dedication to education and mentorship is evident through her work as a supplemental instructor, anatomy lab tutor, and mentor in programs supporting high school students, pre-medical undergraduates, and her fellow medical students. Chloe also serves our community as a student provider at the UNR Med Student Outreach Clinic, where she helps deliver care to patients in need. In addition, she has consistently volunteered with the Nevada Donor Network, the Inspiring Children's Foundation, and Friendship Works throughout her time at UNR Med. Chloe's academic and professional achievements further reflect her values and dedication. She is the recipient of the Outstanding Student in Family and Community Medicine, has completed the Medical Ethics Scholarly Concentration, and will be spending the next few years continuing her training at the University of New Mexico's Family Medicine Residency Program. It's my great pleasure to introduce your class of 2026 president and soon-to-be colleague, Chloe Henderson.
Hi, everyone. When I started thinking about what to say today, I just kept coming back to how close our class is. Over the last 4 years, we've continued to lift each other up through baby showers, birthday messages, group chat memes, engagement parties, and post-exam celebrations. I didn't feel like I could capture my class's whole journey on my own, so I asked my class for some help in writing this speech today and in sharing our story with you today. I first asked my classmates to share some of their highlights from medical school. The people and the close group of friends we formed, the mutual support we received from each other and from the mentors who have guided us, playing volleyball at Lake Tahoe with our med school friends, competing in the random ping pong tournament in first year, celebrating the births of children in our class. We had 5 children born to graduates of our class. Yeah, that's hard. Celebrating the 16 engagements and marriages of our classmates, not to each other. Match day, and most importantly, looking back and seeing just how much we've all grown since white coat ceremony. I also asked my classmates what has kept them motivated during medical school. Unsurprisingly, the answers are similar to the highlights. The people and the friends who kept us grounded, especially our loving, kind, and supportive families. Celebrating each other, seeing the 800 Anki flashcards we had due each day, time with loved ones on the weekends and after exams, and before every test we took, hearing Joe enthusiastically say to the room, just like that. But of course, the growth we've experienced hasn't come without its challenges, and it wouldn't be the full story without acknowledging some of those as well. Medical school has asked a lot of us and strengthened us in ways we couldn't imagine. With that in mind, my classmates also courageously shared some of their greatest difficulties in medical school. Missing out on life events for friends and family and going through our own life events without them. Just the sheer amount of information to learn and know. Losing loved ones, feeling isolated through the pressures of third year and the uncertainty of what's next. And in many ways, learning how to carry all of this while still showing up. From these struggles, though, have also come some meaningful lessons that have prepared us well for the next step of residency. Here are 5 lessons my classmates shared that stood out to me. First, the big things aren't actually that big. The exams, the order you go through clerkships, your specialty choice, they all feel just so enormous in the moment, but eventually pass. Second, being supported by your community matters more than the prestige of a place. What makes life feel most meaningful and joyful is the people around you. Third, the arrival fallacy is real. Life is happening right now, not just when school is done, when the next test is over, or when we've achieved the next milestone. So be present and make time for the people and things that matter most to you. Fourth, when you doubt yourself, ask yourself, why not me? Because we're oftentimes way more capable than we give ourselves credit for. And finally, the little things are what last. Showing up, a birthday text, a phone call, Hawaiian shirt Fridays, Miranda dressing up the skeleton in our classroom every holiday, Jake teaching us how to use a tourniquet one day after class, a Thursday night intramural basketball game, a camping trip, a post-exam lunch at Archie's. That's what people remember, and that's what really matters. So thank you to my classmates for sharing these memories, moments, and lessons with us today. Medical school has been one of the greatest privileges of my life, and if there's one thing our class has taught me, it's that we never have to do hard things alone. To all the people here today who have been our highlights, our motivations, and our supporting pillars, thank you. Today is a celebration for you too. For me, I want to thank my mom and my sister, my family and friends, my fiance Kyle, who I met at UNR Med, and all of our incredible educators, faculty, and staff who do so much work for us behind the scenes and who have prepared us well for this next step. In the end, it's not just the knowledge we've gained or the MD we'll receive today. It's the friendships, the growth, and the lessons we've learned together that we'll take with us wherever we go. Congratulations to our class of 2026. We did it.
Thank you, Chloe. It's just about that time. The moment we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the hoods. Stage party, as I call your name, please proceed to your designated area. Dr. Carl Sievert, our Grand Marshal, please proceed to stage right to assist with diplomas. Dr. Jillian Moritz, our graduate leader, please proceed to stage left to assist our graduates. Dr. Netta Edizadi Amoli, Dr. David Howard, please proceed stage left to assist with the hoods. President Sandoval, Dean Hauptman, please proceed stage right. And presenting our graduates, please welcome Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Associate Dean for Institutional Wellness, Dr. Lauren Schwartz.
Thank you, Dr. Baker. Graduates and hooders, please come forward as your names are called. Please remember to pause after you are hooded for a photograph. Kayla Akins, hooded by Dr. Nikolai Kolopalov. Olawale Akinyemi, hooded by Olutayo Akinyemi. Jake Bauer, hooded by Jean Hyde. NC Beto, hooded by Doubt Beto. Bertha Beltran Regalado, hooded by Dr. Efren Gamez Beltran. Todd Boscarello, hooded by Elsa Boscarello. Finley Bourne, hooded by Jill Ann Bourne. Lauren Guy Young Brilliant, hooded by Dr. Stephen Brilliant. Taylor F. Carson, hooded by Dr. Samantha Carson. Zoe Castro, hooded by Paul Castro. Noelle Cedarwall, hooded by Robert Garlock. Anthony Cummins, hooded by Kylie Cummins. Stephen Davis, hooded by Dr. Brendan Crum. Pranav Diwan, hooded by Dr. Ashish Diwan. Michael Joseph Esanaro, hooded by Joseph Esanaro. Sahar Furutan Sethi, hooded by Naveed Furutan Sethi. Jonathan Friedman, hooded by Denise Quintero Friedman. Joseph Gardner, hooded by Delilah Michelle Olson. Janelyn A. Gatpayet, hooded by Danilo Gatpayet. Ariana Gregg, hooded by Dr. Laurie Cullen Gregg. Sarah Hanneman, hooded by Spencer Cox. Marie Hashatani, hooded by Dr. Tammy Brenkamp. Miranda Hellman, hooded by Jolene Hellman. Chloe Henderson, hooded by Sally Dewhurst. Meredith Hoppy, hooded by Charles Hoppy. Bailey Ivory, hooded by Justin Ivory. Tanner James, hooded by Joy James. Alan Jones, hooded by Jennifer Jones. Anne Elizabeth Kelly, hooded by Dr. Thomas Francis Kelly. Lauren Kennedy, hooded by Maurice Kennedy. Bhupinder Kumra, hooded by Dr. Ruma Kumra. Jacob LeMay, hooded by Dr. Scott Epic. Victoria Majid, hooded by Ruslana Gortovska. Jose Luis Martinez, hooded by Jesus Martinez. Samantha Marks, hooded by Bernadette Marks. Malia Musud, hooded by Imelda Musud. Cody McGrail, hooded by Alex McGrail. Christopher Isidro Mendoza, hooded by Esther Mendoza. Hannah Miller, hooded by Dr. Yagi Miller. Puyan Mofidi Nasab, hooded by Sharhasad Fotovati. Kylie Nicole Myers, hooded by Andrew Myers. Tahsin Najmi, hooded by Dr. Mohammed Najmi. Matthew Nugent, hooded by Dr. Jeffrey Nugent. Alexa Paikai, hooded by Dr. Glorifin Belmonte. Kyle Pauley, hooded by Dr. Quinn Pauley. Maria Rincon Olivares, hooded by Dr. Ingrid Olivares. Emily Marie Schwartz, hooded by Elizabeth Grace Schwartz. Maureen Scott, hooded by Colleen Scott. Adam Schoaf, hooded by Heather Schoaf. Cameron Claiborne Shonard, hooded by Dr. Paul Shonard. Gurkaran Singh, hooded by Gurpreet Kaur. Anna Christine Smith, hooded by Dr. Tom Smith. Brandon Smith, hooded by Lieutenant Commander Eric Kumetz, Doctor of Medicine. Carson William Spade, hooded by Shelby Spade. David Tingle, hooded by Brittany Tingle. Scotty Coral Torrance, hooded by Emily Cowlishaw. Lourdes Valdez also earned her Master's of Business Administration, hooded by Susanna Corral and Maria Corral. Joshua James Warner, hooded by Gary Walker. Claudia Marie Secchi Watkins, hooded by Lottie Watkins. Ryan Joseph Whalen, hooded by Dr. Jerry Fenwick. Savannah Worth, hooded by Dr. Damon Worth. Jennifer Whitman, hooded by Robin Whitman. Zaying Zhang, hooded by Alex Zhang. I'd like to acknowledge a graduate that could not walk with us today, Matthew Tran.
I would now like to call to the front of the stage retired Colonel John Westhoff, Associate Professor of Medicine and Assistant Dean of Student Research here at UNR Med, along with our commissioning graduates. Colonel Westhoff will perform the officer commissioning of two of our graduates, Joseph Gardner being promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Medical Corps, United States Navy, and Anna Christine Smith promoted to the rank of Captain, Medical Corps, United States Air Force.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Joseph Gardner,
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Gardner and Captain Smith. Now I would like to ask all of our new graduates, the physicians on stage and in the audience, to reaffirm their commitment to the medical profession and join the members of the class of 2026 in reciting the physician's oath. The oath is on page 32 in the back of the program, and it will also appear on the screen for those in the audience. Dr. Lisa Calvo, Associate Professor of Medicine, was selected by the class of 2026 to lead the recitation of the physician's oath. Graduates and physicians, please stand.
I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster and honor the traditions of the medical profession. I will give my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
Thank you, Dr. Calvo. Please be seated. President Sandoval, we invite you to the podium to confer the Doctor of Medicine degree upon the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine, class of 2026.
Class of 2026, please stand if you're able. By virtue of the laws of the state of Nevada and the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon those fulfilling the appropriate requirements the doctorate degrees recommended by the faculties of the university with all the rights, privileges, and obligations belonging thereto. Congratulations, you are medical doctors.
Well, class of 2026, you may be seated. What an afternoon. Tremendous. How about another round of applause, huh? Before we conclude, I'd like to thank and acknowledge the Lawler Event Center and the team here for their assistance with the 2026 Doctor of Medicine commencement ceremony. I also want to thank and acknowledge the collaborative contributions of our many UNR Med volunteers who made this ceremony possible. Families and friends, thank you all for coming today. Our faculty and graduates are now going to recess. Please remain seated until the recessional is complete. After the recessional, please join your graduates on the lawn outside of the event center to share congratulations. Please note that once you've exited the Lawler Event Center, you will not be permitted re-entry, so please take all your personal belongings with you. We wish you all a wonderful afternoon, and congratulations again.
security.